This is the Tony Saragusa and Jason Cameron podcast. Here's Jason and Goose.
We were talking about, the cabin that we're doing and stuff like. Joe has one also. He's redoing one way up, like almost
even
like a
even
water
further
tower.
out of nowhere than you.
Yeah,
He's like 5.5 hours from here.
Wow, you're way out there.
Old Fords, Tug Hill, where they snowmobile?
Absolutely not, but that's all right.
Yeah.
It's up by Utica.
So it's way up there.
Way.
Yeah, way up there.
Yeah, way up.
I go where the snow is.
Yeah.
And you can ride the
He likes the snow and stuff. I like the sun.
But you're still within 2 hours away, or is it longer?
No, he's 5 hours from here, 5.5.
Just 5 hours?
I'm like 4 hours it takes
4
me.
hours.
Yeah, it takes him doing 105 on 87.
You're like Deliverance.
How many tickets have you gotten going up there,
with the
Joe?
locals?
I'm in a good area where I got.
Joe, how many tickets have you gotten?
3 so far this year.
Yeah, he got one a couple weeks ago. We go to dinner, right?
So just so people understand, you want to introduce him so people
This is
understand.
Joe.
Yeah,
Joe
this
owns
is Joe.
Clemenza's
Yeah.
over in, where was it? Milburn, right? Milburn, New Jersey. Clemenza's got the best meatballs, unbelievable meatballs.
Best meatballs. I can't tell you how many times I have eaten from Clemenza's at Goose's house.
Yeah.
Because it's like the staple here.
Yeah, I mean,
It's good food. I mean, by the way, it's very good food.
Pizza.
I'm just saying that, whenever you're around Goose, it's like, well, order
But
from
Joe does
Clemenza's.
construction. Joe's more of a construction guy. His son and his sister and stuff. Yeah, he built it. He built it. But
Clemenza's my favorite character on Goose.
Clemenza's my uncle.
that's his uncle.
My brother. That's why it's named Clemenza.
Yeah.
I took a
Joe, we can't hear you. You got to talk into the microphone. Come on.
I took a talent in college just because I was so into Goodfellas and Godfather that I was like, maybe I can understand shit. Maybe I can become a mob guy.
Yeah.
No, it's named Clemenza's because my uncle was in the movie Clemenza's. I was going to open a restaurant with him years ago. I said, Uncle Richie, his real name's Richard Castellano.
That's
open
like
a
this
restaurant. He used to like to
number
cook,
8
too.
call that
Oh,
you've
he's a
had
big
since
guy.
I've been there.
And he died a couple weeks.
All right, listen,
after
you guys get your own
he killed.
podcast.
Yeah,
Fuck you. All right? You guys talk over there. We're me and Jason are
Yeah, that
talking.
was nice.
You
That
guys-
was great. It's great while it lasted, though. Nice conversation.
No, but he came up with, Joe's uncle, we're talking about Clemenza's and the Godfather and everything like that. The famous line where he says, leave the gun, take the cannolis. That was an ad lib. That was like a famous line in the movie. You know what I'm saying?
That was a great scene.
Yeah, great.
Great
Wait,
scene.
when you say your uncle's Clemenza, the guy in The Godfather
Yes.
is your uncle?
That's his uncle.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, dude.
That's his uncle.
Everything just changed
Yeah.
for Stu.
I know.
Stu, look, see his eyes light up. Look at his eyes.
Yeah, he loves that.
He's like
Oh,
deer
dude,
in
you
the
got to
headlights.
see.
Go see pictures of him inside.
Yeah, all the stuff is at
My brother has that thing in 88.
This is going to be the rest of the conversation.
No,
Stu's going to be
forget it.
asking 100 questions.
Stu likes when he was slicing. You like when he was slicing the garlic with the razor blade, right? Yeah, that was great.
Well, I like when he's teaching Michael how to make the pies. He's like,
Yeah.
just going to shove in all you sausage.
Yeah, you got to shove it in. What's crazy is, you know what? Like
Stu, you
my
could probably
son.
recite that movie, couldn't you?
Oh, by the way, it's my daughter's birthday today. 16. Yeah.
Which one?
Ava.
Happy birthday, Ava.
Yeah, Ava's birthday today. 16 years old.
Wow.
Man, that's my
Dude,
baby,
where's
too.
the time go, man? 16,
insane,
Goose.
man.
16.
That's I know how long I've been out of football. Because she was born the year that I retired. So
When
I've
did
been
we?
out
So when
16.
did I meet you? Was it 06? When did we meet?
Yeah. 06, 11 years ago.
Wow, she was just a little man. I remember seeing her for the first time. She was
Baby.
just, you were still carrying
Yeah,
her.
she was like 4 or 5 years old.
Wow, it's crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts.
That is nuts.
Now she gets her permit. Oh my God, Evan, please help me. But anyway, my you talk to the kids. I got a daughter, 20. It's gonna be 21 in January. My son's gonna turn 18 next week. I got my daughter Ava,
Oh
who's
my
16.
God, that phone, dude.
You know what's crazy is like you ask them, oh, remember The Godfather? They're like, no, I never seen it. Oh, remember Animal House? No, I never seen that. Caddyshack? No, I never seen that. Like the classics
Oh,
that we grew
Caddyshack.
up with. I feel like I'm like when I talk
You're
about this
ancient.
stuff. No, that I'm talking about like Lawrence Welk. Like when our
Lawrence
parents
of
say,
Arabia.
oh, Lawrence Welk, or remember Rock Hudson? I'm like, who the fuck is Rock Hudson? Now we say, hey, we're talking about the Clemenza, or the Godfather. What is that?
I have no idea what you're talking
It's
about.
amazing how the generations those things just disappear.
It's pop culture, man. That's not what they're into. That's not their thing. It's stuff that we grew up with.
Yeah, we got to get some younger people on the show.
Caddyshack. I remember watching Caddyshack for the first time. Like, this is
Gunga
the best
Gunga
movie.
Lunga.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Are you kidding me? Or Stripes. Anything Bill Murray was in Stripes.
Yeah.
Sergeant Holka.
Oh, it's the
You're
best.
the big toe.
Bill Murray was.
I want to let you know that I will be behind you if we go to war. every step of the way.
Simmer down, Francis.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome,
man. I mean, there's some great movies out there. Now the movies are just like, they're so sci-fi and crazy.
Dude.
What was the last movie you saw?
But the problem is nobody does anything original anymore. It's just a copycat of another movie. They just keep throwing the cycle over and over again. There's no original content anymore.
No, nothing.
That's the problem.
And then you got to go and say, oh, remember The Longest Yard? And they're like, well, which one?
Yeah.
There's three of them.
500 of them.
No, the one with, like way back when. I think I broke his freaking neck. The original, not the one with, who was in it? The guy from
Adam Sandler.
Yeah, Adam Sandler.
No, you're talking way back with Burt Reynolds.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's of course, man, the classics. Yeah.
How old is Burt? Is
Let
Burt
me
Reynolds
ask you a
still
question.
living?
Yes, he's still living. Let me ask you a question. Do you remember? And this is one of those movies that most people have never heard of. You remember Sharky's Machine with Burt Reynolds?
Yep.
Yes, I do.
I love that.
I
movie.
do.
That was a great movie, man.
Smokey and the Bandit, dude.
Smoking the Bandit. Come on, that's a
Remind
classic.
me to punch your mama right in the mouth.
The mouth. That was a great movie. Yeah, Sharky's Machine was one of those under the radar movies. That was good, man.
So tropical storm has formed in the Atlantic. Just got a notification. I'm getting a lot of stuff
what
here.
The ding was?
Yeah.
Burt Reynolds 81.
Burt
80,
Reynolds
81.
is 81 years old. How about that?
Wow.
That's like insane. I remember him.
Do you remember the Playboy? Was there a Playboy episode or a Playboy magazine or a Sports Illustrated magazine where you were like going through the pages like every red-blooded American boy does and looking at the pictures, and then all of a sudden you turn the page and there's a picture of Burt Reynolds laying on his side, naked. Takes up 2 pages. I swear to God this happened. I swear to God. I swear to God.
Over.
I swear to God this happened. So if any of the listeners right now, if anybody knows what I'm talking about, there was a magazine.
That's Playgirl.
No, it wasn't Playgirl, dude. This was a magazine with women in it, with naked pictures of women, or at least scantily clad. And then you're thumbing through, and all of a sudden, as a spoof, there's Burt Reynolds.
I don't remember that.
On 2 pages.
Well, he was.
So please,
he was
somebody
married.
listen
Who was
right
the
now.
girl with the big jugs that he married?
Lonnie Anderson. Come on. I mean, WKRP in Cincinnati.
But let me tell you
dude.
something. I had the biggest crush, all right, on who was the chick in Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh, that was Sally Fields.
Sally Fields. She was hot.
Oh, she was hot, man. She was
her
younger.
and Goldie Hawn. Even though, listen to me.
Goldie's
if you're
still
thinking
tight.
about getting a fake set of tits, right?
Yeah.
Like big jugs, you think like, oh, that's going to be attractive.
Not that there's anything wrong with
Goldie Hawn has nothing. She's got pimples, but she's hot and sexy.
Yeah,
and her daughter is too.
Yeah, no, her daughter looks great.
Oh my God, she dated I think she dated Jeter or somebody, didn't she, or one of those guys?
Kate Hudson.
Yeah, was it Jeter?
Yeah.
I guess she didn't, pass, but Jeter's moved on. Jeter's was hot.
Oh, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Dude. I mean, it doesn't get much hotter.
I mean, she's smoking hot. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, she's
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Listen, the guy's tremendous Jersey guy.
I mean, come on, dude. I'm wearing his hat right now. I mean, in New York.
I think if you look at baseball,
god.
he is, you could look as far back, and, you're going to say people who are older, that they're, back in the day, Babe Ruth or this one or Reggie Jack. Listen, if you want to take the ultimate competitor, the guy who works, the guy who never worried about the spotlight, but the spotlight was always on him, and just a class act. I mean, Derek Jeter is like the epitome of what you want to go and tell your kids to be like.
Without a
right?
doubt. Without a doubt.
I mean, class
He might not go down as the best athlete or the best player, but he was
to me, he's right there.
Without a doubt. I mean, solid player, a player you can build a team around.
I mean, amazing. I went to go see him in the Mets. The Yankees played the Mets, and I brought my son. Brought him down on the field to meet Jeter and a couple other guys and stuff. And Joe came with me, and just a class act came over, said hello to the kids, everything like that. But says, guys, I got to go work.
Yeah.
He's in the league, 10, 12 years or something like that, and he's going out there, and the guy's like, not like just giving like little bunts, like for him to go and get. I mean, like drilling him with balls, getting in front of him, throwing the ball to first. Like he's still working to try and perfect his game.
Yeah, I mean
that is like unbelievable. I love guys that work like that. Just have the work ethic of I want to get better every day. Want to get better. You try to drill it in your kids. I try to tell my kids all the time. You never stay the same. Every day when you wake up, you never stay the same.
Strive to be better.
You're either getting worse or you're getting better.
Right.
Don't get worse. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Get better. Get better.
Listen, we're successful, Goose. Me and what I did, and you obviously in the NFL, not because you were the most talented, because you worked your butt off, and people told you couldn't do it.
That was the best motivation ever.
There you go.
Best motivation ever.
But nobody had to tell you to work. You just knew you had to do it.
Yeah. I remember in the Super Bowl they came to me and said, "Hey, Goose, what was the who would you thank the most for you being here and pushing you and driving you?" I said, "Well, it'd be pretty easy to thank my parents or the people who supported me or my friends, but I really want to thank all the people who told me you'd never amount to anything." And there was a lot of them. I feel almost like a rock and roll kid. You're a dirtbag. You're a 2%er. You're playing the guitar, and you're a little bit different than everybody else. And all of a sudden the teachers are like, "You're never going to amount to anything," and those guys just go and they keep playing the guitar and they go, and then they prove them wrong. Right. It was amazing. When I was in like 7th grade, we had this gym teacher, a cult rider. His name was. He was a real asshole. He didn't like anybody that was better than him. He thought he was the best, right? So I went and he failed me in gym in like 7th grade. I'm like, I'm like one of the better athletes, probably the best athlete, but I don't want to say that. But I ran the whole thing, and he gave me an F. Like I'm like, dude, how do you give me an F? Like what? Oh, you didn't have your socks up, or you didn't have your gym. So I see him after we win the Super Bowl. I see him in the supermarket. He's like, "Hey, Tone, how you doing? It's great. Hey, Don." He's like, "Hey, can I get an autograph?" I go, "Fuck you. You're a fucking asshole." You know how many kids? I was strong enough to go and look at you and know you're an asshole. Do you know how many kids you went and like ruined their any kind of like confidence that they have? You're a dick.
He's shocked he remembered
that.
Oh,
dude,
He's
listen
like, wow,
to me. I motherfucked him in the middle of the supermarket, and everybody was around. It was great.
Holding that grudge.
How did you get into the NFL?
So it's pretty funny. I was, I wasn't drafted in 12 rounds, and then all of a sudden, my agent came. Me and my brothers were sitting down. We're like, "Listen, we got to go. We got to find a place." And I was like, "Where?" And they said, "Well, the Colts don't really have a great defensive line. You should go there because Buddy Ryan was with Philadelphia, and he called me up to come out there." I'm like, "Buddy, you have the best defense ever right now. The Eagles were unbelievable, right? They had Reggie White and all these great players." And I said, "You know what?" So then we signed a deal with the Colts. They signed me, and then they brought me in. I had to sign a waiver that if I got hurt, they didn't have to pay me anything. So I go in there, I play, and then went to camp. And
what's that like, dude? You guys sign a waiver. You go in. I mean, listen, any day you could be hit and be hurt.
You just gotta keep fighting through. And
wow.
You got to have that drive. And what was crazy is they would go and they would have team meetings. They're like, "Anybody punt? We need a backup punter." I was like, "I'm punting. I can punt." "Anybody kick? Yeah, I can kick." Then the guy said, "Anybody can long snap?" I said, "Yeah, I can long snap. I never long snap in my life." The guy goes, "Okay, be practice tomorrow. You're going to be a long snapper." So now I'm like, "Oh man!" So I break out of camp like about 11 o'clock at night. I go over to a payphone, which we didn't have cell phones, kids. When we went over to a payphone, I go over to the gym. There's a payphone hanging on the wall. I call my brother. I go, "Pete, listen, you got to teach me how to." My brother was a long snapper, so he goes, I go, "You got to teach me how to long snap." So I had a football with me, and I'm long snapping into the building till like 1 o'clock in the morning. I said, I think I got it down a little bit. So I go back. The coach sees me. He goes, "What are you doing now?" I go, "Oh, I had to go to the bathroom or something. I made something." He's like,
"But you would have been cut if you didn't know how to long snap."
Yep, I would have been cut. So they bring me in, and our punter was left-footed. So when you snap the ball actually turns a certain way. So for a left-handed, I'm left-handed. So the way the ball would go back on a left-handed punter was perfect. So that just happened to, if he was right-handed or right-footed, I would have probably not made it in the league.
You'd have been screwed.
So the ball just came in perfect, and then cut day came, and there was nothing in my locker. And then the guy comes and goes, "Hey, listen, coach wants to see you. Grab your playbook." I'm like, "I'm going to kill this motherfucker. If he cuts me, I'm going to kill this son of a bitch." So I walk in, and I see him.
"What's up, guys?"
And what's happening, guys? And I go and I say, and he just sits down. And he goes, "Listen, you're a long way from playing in the NFL. I'm going to look like the biggest idiot. We run a 5-man front, and I got to keep 3 nose guards. But you're the only guy who can long snap, so I got to keep you. But that doesn't mean you made this team." And 4 weeks later, I was starting and started for 12 years. Crazy,
dude,
right?
That's awesome, bro.
It was crazy.
How crazy is that, though? That I didn't realize it was long snapping that really got you to where you are. I had no idea.
Yeah, franchises, a pie. Yep.
I'm going over the food order right now.
That's Joe. That's Joe's son, Joey.
What's up, buddy?
So your dad was just on. Good. We're doing a little podcast here, man. Clemenza's. Turn around. Turn around. Show everybody the Clemenza's.
I didn't record. Oh, I didn't record.
He's not recording. That's
the
all right.
video.
Oh, you didn't record. Okay.
He's got enough for one.
Clemenza's.
I know.
You gotta
He's
get
ready to start
Clemenza's.
flexing and everything.
Man.
He's flexing for the.
We'll get a logo
camera.
shot. We'll get a logo shot. You turn it on now. Yeah. Yeah, that's from Pitt. That's from the Colts. Just telling stories.
Yeah, we're just telling,
Who's this guy?
Michelle, he's a good baseball
Oh yeah. Oh, you the baseball player? How you doing, man?
What position? Shortstop, nice. My favorite. That's what I played. Yeah, great
Good to
spot,
meet you, man. Yeah,
Is
good
that
stuff.
your preferred spot, shortstop? And is that, if you had a choice, that's what you want? Yeah, that's awesome.
I wonder what these guys. Did you guys see the fight this week? Yeah. Grab the mic.
Oh, you guys actually watched the
Mike,
did you watch the
grab the
fight?
mic.
All right, so let's get your opinion on this because since you didn't watch it either, Goose, right? You saw the highlights.
I saw some of it.
Saw the highlights. So you guys actually watched it. What was your opinion now? Because we were having a conversation about this earlier about how, Conor's walking into the ring for really the first time and taking on literally probably the best boxer of our generation. So what did you guys think? Who's first? Joe.
That's
Joe,
for this guy because I was actually up at Penn State visiting.
Oh, are you?
Visiting one of Tony's
Old-
daughters,
old
good
stop.
friend, my girlfriend. So
Yeah.
I didn't get to actually watch it, but this guy did.
Okay, good.
What do you think?
Well, McGregor
What-
came out.
what's your name?
John Ruccio.
John.
So then, once McGregor came out, he came out throwing haymakers early, and then as Mayweather usually does, he reads the guy early, doesn't throw as many punches, but plays defense. And then once McGregor came out, he got a little tired, and then that's when Mayweather went in and started throwing.
So he executed
Strong
his plan
punches.
pretty well, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
really well.
So he was all defense the
He was all
first
defense. He was
3 to
feeling
4
him out,
rounds,
seeing what-
right? But let me ask you this though. I mean, because a lot of people thought that McGregor wouldn't even stand a chance in the fight at all. So do you think he held his own and
Oh,
he
yeah.
actually represented the first 3 or 4 rounds?
Yeah, first 3 or 4 rounds, I was really surprised with McGregor. Well, when he fights in UFC, always on the top. He fights on top. He doesn't like going to the ground. So I was expecting him to throw a lot of punches. He landed 111. It said
He landed more than Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Would it have been different if it was only 5 rounds?
Oh, probably.
Oh, yeah.
But listen, you can't say that because Mayweather would have executed a different plan if
Right.
that was the case. I mean,
What plan do you think he would have had if it was only 5 rounds?
He would have been an offensive fighter. He would have
Yeah.
gone after him.
See, that's what they
he
should
would
do. They
have-
shouldn't make it. What was it? 12 rounds?
Well,
10?
they do. You can't. If you're going to walk into the
One
ring,
round.
you got to go by their rules.
One
man.
fucking round. That's it.
So you were impressed with. You didn't lose, any respect for.
No, I didn't at all. So I was
McGregor.
surprised.
McGregor,
Yeah, well, he's going into a ring with the best of all time, pretty much.
There you go.
And he hasn't even fought one boxing match in his life. So.
And you know what was really cool afterwards when he did the interview and really gave him respect and said, "Hey, listen, man, you fought a great fight and everything." I mean, as wild as he was, he did a great job of going and promoting the hell out of the show. And
Oh, it was a win-win all the way around. And the fact that Mayweather, you're right, there was a lot of smack talk in the beginning of this, which there always is a lot of that
Right.
leading up to a fight. But they did turn around and had some mutual respect for each other. And I think Mayweather was surprised, right?
Yeah,
I think
I think-
Mayweather was surprised that McGregor was able to come in. Thanks, buddy. Was able to. The guys are taking off.
all right, guys, thanks, man. Got to get back.
All right, thanks for your insight.
I got to get.
Thanks, bud. Good
I'll see you later.
luck with the
see you later.
baseball.
So, Joe, why don't you get out the food and then you can tell these guys what it is and everything like that. Do you know what it is? He has no clue. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's
This is a pizza.
But
It's a pizza. It's a square pizza.
Is that a pizza?
It's a
It's a
pizza. huh?
same pizza. See it?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
But listen, I want to get back real quick. I don't want
ahead.
to switch gears because we've talked about the McGregor fight and,
Right.
And Mayweather. But I want to get back to I didn't know that about you with the long snap because you taught me how to long snap.
Yeah.
You taught me how to do it.
Yep.
That's not easy to do.
No, it's not. Not at all.
So that saved you.
That's how I got in the NFL.
That's no kidding, man.
Isn't that crazy?
So at what point did you then transition and become the best defensive line that probably ever played the game? When did that happen? When you were part of that
Well,
dynasty?
I was with the Colts for the 7 years, and then we had a really good defense. Went to the AFC Championship game, lost
Right.
to the Steelers, and then the next year I got banged up a little bit. I missed half the games, and then free agency came, and I went to free agency, and then they fired Ted Marchibroda after we lost the AFC Championship game, which was insane.
Yeah.
You know,
What year was that?
96.
Okay, yeah.
And then 97, I went over to the Ravens. And then 5 years later, that's really 3 years later, we were a really good defense.
So when you went to the Ravens, you started on the line. I mean,
Yeah.
you started, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They had a big thing
Yeah,
promoting
and that's when it started clicking.
I started every year from my rookie year until I decided to go.
Yeah, but you started. That's when you really started clicking.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So let me ask you, Goose, because listen, I've been working out all my life. It's been a constant for me.
No.
Yeah.
Come on.
Shocking, right, Stu? But I know you hate to work out because you've said this many times. So how did you manage that in the NFL? Because you guys play at such a high level, you have to maintain.
You don't have to like to work
No,
out.
of course
You know, I like working out, doing things that I'm not just sitting there doing monotonous things. Let's put it that way.
Sport specific, maybe.
I like going in if I'm there and I'm like if I work out with somebody, like if me and you were gonna go work out, okay, get in the routine and do the same thing. I like it, but I can't do the same thing day in and day out. My ADD will kick in. I will go bananas. Like it just drives me crazy.
So you got to keep it interesting.
Yeah, change it up. Got to have music. Got to have things to distract.
No, but how often, when you were playing, did you work out? How often were your workouts while you were playing? While you were still?
Well, we would start in March 1st, and we would work out 3 days a week, 4 days a week from March probably till May or June. And then we'd take like 2 weeks off, and then we'd start up again on a different routine where we would do a maintenance thing, like maybe 2 days a week, 3 days a week. Not real heavy, but just doing a maintenance thing. And sometimes you were so banged up you really couldn't. You just like jog or just do the bare minimum.
But you had a strength coach that you worked.
Oh
with,
yeah,
right? You
absolutely.
had a lot of guys that So I mean,
Yeah.
because as a trainer, I've worked with athletes.
Yeah.
But it's always very specific.
Right.
But I mean, that's been a constant in my life. And it's funny, you talk to a lot of people, and some people love it, some people don't. Or some people like you, they do it because they have to do it so you maintain the shape
I'd
you need to maintain.
I'd rather grab a sledgehammer and break up like sidewalks.
Yeah.
And get a workout that way, or
That's actually a good workout.
Yeah, listen, or cutting down trees, or building something, or having to go and I mean, just I couldn't run on a treadmill. I mean, it's just like,
too monotonous.
You're moving and nothing's changing. Like I need, I used to love when I was able to run. My knees. I've had 16 knee operations, so when I was able to run, I really miss running and hearing the wind blow by your ears, and just run fast, because I was pretty quick for the size that I was. I was quick, but
you are deceiving, Goose, because I've seen you run, and I was surprised myself how fast you could actually move. And this is not back when you played after 16 knee surgeries.
Yeah.
But it's been a constant in my life. People ask me all the time, because I started in this whole craziness out here in New York in fitness modeling.
Right.
So I'm like, I figured, I'm out here.
I guess
I might as well take advantage of it, right? Because I've been working out all my life.
You saw Burt Reynolds in that spread, and you're like, I got to get in that.
I got to get into this. Can't let him take all the glory, right? I got to get in on this action.
Listen, I want to get naked and lay
I tell you what, though, it opened doors. It opened doors, and that's what I was making money.
Playgirl call, and that was the door that opened.
Oh, many times, Stu. Many times.
Come on, would you do Playgirl? Would you do Playgirl? Like if they called you right now?
I wouldn't do Playgirl.
Did they even
Why?
ask you?
Why not?
I wouldn't do it.
Why?
No, it's just not. It's not something that I would even entertain.
You got a bad barber? What's
No,
that?
bad barber.
Come on.
No, man. I just
Listen, there's pills like to get you look. They're them pumps and stuff.
Well, thanks. You think I need the pills?
No, I'm like
You're
saying,
great.
why
Thank
wouldn't
you?
you? Why would? I mean, you're all jacked up.
No, man. It's not something that I would be interested in doing.
$5 million.
Yeah. Well, $5. Okay, that's
He wants to keep his dignity.
$5 million, dude. They
I mean,
can see
come
my
on.
junk. I don't care.
I actually, you'll find this funny. The first shoot I did when I got out here, my agent just like my agent said, "Hey, you got to go out to the shoot. This is great. It's a good opportunity. You're going to be on Fire Island." I'm like, I didn't know what Fire Island. Fire Island, is that a real name? Fire Island? But yeah. He goes, yeah. So the studio's out on Fire Island. All right. So he sends me out, and it's this full day shoot, and I get out to this place, and it's on Fire Island, and there's just a couple guys there, right? A photographer.
Were they hitting on you?
Oh yeah, dude, right from the start,
Hey,
start.
Jason.
So, but listen, you're in this business, you know what I mean? You're not going to survive in this business if you can't take that. So I'm out there. I'm like, hey, so what's up, guys? So he leads me to the room, and here's your outfits. You can choose from what we got on the bed. And I'm like, I'm looking on the bed, and I'm like, what? I'm not wearing any of this. First of all, they were pink neon, really short Daisy Duke shorts, right? It was the first pair. Second pair were cut off jeans that were like cut off right under the nuts, right? I mean, I'm talking, that was the second outfit. Third outfit, it was stripes, and it was ridiculous. I'm looking at this going, I'm not wearing this. I get on the phone with my agent. I'm like, dude, either you talk to them or I'm walking right now. I'm out of here. So I'm not, this is not what I came out here for. So he makes a call. They find another outfit. I finally agree to one. And I'm like, let's just get this over with, right? So I'm doing this whole workout on the beach. They're spraying me down. I'm sweating. I'll have to find this. And
was it just for the two guys? Was it their own video? For them?
It was for Exercise for Men Only. That was the magazine. So I told him. I went back and I told my agent, listen, don't ever send me out on this again. This is not why.
Did you ever see the spread? I mean, did you see? Do you have a copy of it?
I ended up seeing it.
Can you bring it in, please?
Yeah, I'll see if I can find it, Goose. I'll bring it in so you can see it.
For men only?
Yeah. Exercise for men only.
Hey, listen.
But hey, whatever, dude. Listen, but you know, you get
Chase,
you're
you're hot, man.
Yeah, you're starting this business, and it takes crazy turns. But I always tell young kids coming in, I'm like, listen, man, if you can't, there's a lot of different types of people in this business. If you don't understand that going into it, you're gonna have a really hard time. Yeah, you got to understand. You got to treat people with respect.
And listen,
unless you're disrespected.
I'm strange, but not that strange.
Yeah. But that opened doors, man. And listen,
was that how you got your start in TV? Like, how did DIY notice
that was when I came out to New York to pursue an acting career. Because Goose, I didn't know. I told you this. I didn't know when I came out here that I'd be doing construction on camera.
Right.
I grew up in it, and that's what I was supporting myself. But I never knew that would happen. So I was taking every opportunity that came. Listen, if you're going to come out here, you got to go for it, right? Anything. I'm like you. I got work ethic.
Yeah.
I'm working. I look at this for what it is. I'm a worker. So I'm doing the fitness stuff. Now, I know that's not going to make, you're not going to make a ton of money doing it, but I was doing well. I was working on men's health, men's fitness. I was a trainer and a model. And then taking acting classes, and I'm working the cycle. I'm going on castings. I'm doing all the thing. And but the fitness thing, that sustained me for 5 years. I mean, I was making good money doing that. But I knew ultimately I had to move on to TV.
How'd you get your big break, like in TV? Like with DIY was your first show, right?
Yeah, so what happened was I was working on a condo. I just torn a wall down. It was in Hoboken, and I was working on a friend's condo, and I had a crew with me. And,
so you were super buff. You just tore a wall down.
Absolutely, dude. Look at me. Come on. Jacked. So, yeah, just tore a wall down in my Daisy Dukes and my,
Look
my
at
tank
Jason
top.
sitting in the Daisy Dukes.
with nothing but a tool belt on. But anyway, so I get a call from my agent, and he says, you got to get in the city right now. They're casting for American Tools. It was a commercial. I'm like, oh, all right, shit. And you know how this business is. That might be the one opportunity, right? You don't want to miss it.
Yep.
So I told my guys I'll be back. I mean, it's a commercial. It's for tools, for American Tools. I'm like, I might as well take my tool belt. So I hop on the PAT train to go in the city. I told my guys I'll be back in about a couple hours. And I go to the casting. I walk in, and there's you've been in castings, right, Goose? You walk into a room, and they're all the same, right? There's two people at a table, and they're reading your bio, and you slate your name. And there's on the floor, there's a monkey wrench. This small room, there's a monkey wrench on the floor, and the guy goes, so Jason, we want you to work on a sink. Act like you're working on a sink. There's no dialogue, right? So I'm like, I get down on one knee, and I'm turning this monkey wrench on this fake pipe, and I'm smiling, right? Just this is my casting. And the guy goes, can you be a little more serious, Jason? So now I'm like gritting my teeth, and I'm turning this wrench. Thank you very much. Goodbye. I'm like, this is the fucking casting. This is what I came in here for. This is what you feel like, right, when you leave. I'm like, what the hell is this? So as I'm leaving, the casting director came out and said, hey, they're casting for While You're Out down the street. You remember? I don't know if you remember. You never,
yes, I do.
Who's never watched While You're Out? But anyway,
no, but I heard about it.
So I'm like, oh, that's cool. I've seen that show. And this is right when Home Improvement started to get real popular. This is Trading Spaces.
Right.
Changed everything for Home Improvement. And While You're Out was a sister show to that. So I'm like, oh, I've seen that show. And this is early 2000s, right? So I'm like, oh, cool. So I go down the street. This is why, Goose, you always take a chance in life. You know what I mean?
Take the shot.
You have to, man, because you don't regret things. But this is how it works. You never know what's going to happen.
So you
right?
walked out of the casting?
So I go to the other one. I walk in. There's like 20 guys in the room, or they're all models, right? Not one of them probably ever picked up a hammer. Here comes this guy with a tool belt and drywall dust on me, right? Like, they're looking at me like, who's this method actor? And I go in the room. It's the same identical room, almost like the same two identical people. It's like they took the two people from the other room and put them in this room, right? Jason, slate your name, and the guy's reading my bio, right? He's looking at my bio and he's reading it. So, Jason, your dad's name is your dad James Cameron? I'm like, yeah, that's my dad.
Yeah, it is.
He's thinking, I'm not lying, right?
No.
It's James Cameron, but he's thinking obviously, it's
right.
Jason. So he's writing down. I'm like, well, this can't hurt, right? This is good. He thinks
that's
it's James
hilarious.
Cameron.
So
That's
actually,
great.
James Cameron just like
That's my dad's name. Is James Cameron.
that
So
might have even got you kind of a door.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So anyway, there's two. So anyway, I did the casting and I went through it, and they're like, "Thank you very much, goodbye." And so I'm thinking, well, this sucks because they just wasted 3 hours of my day because you don't feel like you got anything, right? You go home. So I get a call 2 weeks later, and it was While You're Out. They wanted me to come back. I ended up getting the gig, which but I'm thinking it was either the tool belt that I had on because nobody else had one on, or it was the James Cameron thing. One of them had to help, right?
Yeah.
So I ended up getting that gig, and I was 2 weeks away from signing with Guiding Light. Almost signed with Guiding Light. Thank God the While You're Out thing came up because I had no desire to do soap opera.
Guiding Light,
which was done in 2008, off the air.
So you did a couple of years of that. That's it.
Yeah, and then I told you the Sex and the City story, right?
Yeah, they just got your ear.
Yeah, they just got my side of my face and that. Yeah, yeah. So
listen to me. Go ahead.
I'll never forgive Miranda for that. Or I don't know what.
She pulled her hammy?
Cynthia Dixon, is that her real name?
Who cares?
Anyway, she pulled her hammy, and the scene was cut short. But I was bummed out about that one. But listen, it's a crazy game, dude. You've been in.
How did she pull her hamstring? What did she do?
Did you wear your tool belt in that one?
Jogging. Did I what?
You wear your tool belt in that one?
No tool belt.
With them Daisy Duke nut huggers.
They did bleach my hair though. Literally bleached it. Like literally stuck in a sink, poured bleach in my hair because they wanted me to have really blonde hair. So they bleached it, dude. Big time. So anyway.
Well, Joe's here. He's got the food. What do we got, Joe? Bring something over. Show us something. Come on.
What do you got? You got
we
pizza.
know what the pizza is. Everybody knows what a pizza. What is this?
What else you got?
Your Gama deals.
Gama deals.
Yeah, let me see them. Oh yeah.
Say that again. How do you pronounce that? Gama what?
Gavadils.
Cavatelli.
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 All right. I got to try some of that.
Yeah.
That looks good.
What's that one?
What do we got here?
I can't see. It's fogged up.
Oh, that's the artichoke hearts franchise. Oh, Jace, you'll like
No,
that.
I'm not. No, listen, I'm
Dude,
not.
did you listen to me? Just try.
I don't like artichoke hearts, dude. I'm not a
artichoke.
Stu,
nards?
try this. Stu, try that. That looks
Jace.
good.
I mean, come on. You're like a 7-year-old kid. That's his. Nothing on it.
That's nothing on it. It's just bread.
You could have ordered this from.
Give me a fork.
I want to try that, Goose. I want to try that.
No, you got to try that first.
No, I'm not trying it.
Yeah, you got.
Nah.
Dude, just try it.
Dude, I've had artichoke
gotta
hearts.
walk-
I don't
You've
want.
never had artichoke
What are you, my
hearts.
father? All of
No,
a
but
sudden?
you've never had artichoke
No,
hearts.
I don't
from
want.
Clemenza's.
Okay.
I mean, you gotta
I'm
try
sorry.
it.
You're right. I've never had your artichoke hearts.
Let me get it.
But
Hold on.
I'm not. I'm not an artichoke.
Dude, you're like a-
I'm sure there are people out there who will agree with me. I'm not an artichoke
Get
heart
cold, you
kind of
might as
guy.
well eat it.
I'm not a.
Something
Why you get mad at me? Because I don't want to eat the artichoke hearts. Oh, okay. I'm like a model. I'm good with the beer and the cavatelli or the whatever you call that dish. How's your sandwich, Stu? You didn't waste any time, dude. You're right in there. Yeah. Yeah. I love Joe carries the microphone around and he talks to us, but he's got it down at his knee. Dude, you're killing me with this try the artichoke heart, man. God. All right. I didn't say listen, I'm not saying he's got shit artichoke hearts. What I'm saying is I don't like artichoke hearts.
Yeah, but it doesn't taste like artichoke hearts.
Oh, okay.
You're going to think it tastes like
Okay.
shrimp.
What's it taste like? Chicken?
Like shrimp. Try it.
Oh my God, dude.
And I want your honest opinion, not just like,
if I try a bite, will you shut up about it? And I'll move on to the
I will. Move on to the cavatelli.
move on to the cavatelli. Or what else did you call it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, al dente, too. Excellent.
Yeah, I'm just not. It's good. I'm not an artichoke heart guy. No offense, Joe.
Listen, he didn't even have it. He didn't even bite down on it, and he like shook. Like
I just ate half of that thing. What are you talking about?
Yeah, eat some of this.
Yeah, I want some of that. That's good.
Take your fork.
Pasta.
Take your fork.
Oh yeah, sorry. There we go.
So that's big. In our podcast, we're going to be the best fed podcast ever.
There's no doubt about that. This is really good. This smells really good. Wow. It's too bad this isn't like smell a microphone here. This was awesome.
Smell a phone?
So give us an hour.
How's your sandwich?
You got that thing running right now? Is that video on? No, there's no video. All right.
Oh, man. These artichoke hearts are sick. Get them over a little angel hair al dente. All right, listen, we're going to go eat. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
You got any cheese?
Cheese, yeah, he's got some
Any
Parmesan in his
Parmesan?
pocket. All right, we'll see you next week.
Later, guys.